Welcome to part 2 of the most epic countdown in youth football. The top 10 clutch goals in Acer DPDL Finals history. We've saved the best for this one. From last-minute screamers to ice-cold finishes under pressure, these goals will leave you speechless. If you missed part 1, check it out now and catch up on the insane talent lighting up our league. If you love football content like this, hit subscribe, smash like and share it with your squad. Let's not waste another second. This is DPDL Clutch Goals Part 2. At number 10, we revisit the longest penalty shootout in DPDL Finals history. Bengaluru FC versus Boca Juniors in the Under-8 final of the 2021-22 DPDL Bengaluru season. The match ended 1-1, with both teams going all out. And what followed was pure drama. A sudden death shootout that ended 12-11. What made it even more incredible? These were just 7 and 8-year-olds showing unbelievable composure with a trophy on the line. The clutch moment came when BFC's number 9, NP Vedarth, stepped up and smashed his penalty into the top right corner, sealing the win. And don't forget Eklavya Goenka, BFC's outfield player turned goalkeeper just for the final. He made a crucial save in the shootout to help BFC lift their second DPDL title. Pure nerves, pure heart, a truly iconic DPDL final. At number 9, we head to the Under-15 final of the DPDL Bengaluru 2023-24 Young Blues Elite FC versus Roots FC. Roots, playing their first ever DPDL final, took an early lead in the 7th minute through Ahan Gupta and looked set to lift their maiden title. But Young Blues had other plans. In the final minute of added time, Vedant Roy danced past 3 defenders, fired a shot that the keeper couldn't hold, and Ishan Sridhar was there to slot home the equalizer. A dramatic last-gasp goal that flipped the momentum. And from there, Young Blues completed the comeback, winning on penalties and adding another trophy to the Bengaluru FC cabinet. This was a moment of pure belief, composure, and that never say die spirit. A clutch goal that changed everything. At number 8, we head to the Under-7 final of DPDL Mumbai 2023-24 season between Kopana Football School and Bayside FA. Both teams were in their first ever DPDL final, and Bayside FA, the debutants, brought passion, energy, and a wave of support from their incredible parents and their ever-enthusiastic coach, Vinayak. Bayside had topped the table in the league stages, and they dominated this final too. But the clutch moment came with their third goal. They took a quick kick-in from the right, and jersey number 10, Ahan, was in the perfect spot to finish it first time with pinpoint accuracy. And then came the celebration. The whole team breaking into an adorable CR7 style celebration. A heartwarming and clutch moment that sealed a memorable win for Bayside FA. At number 7, we take you to the Under-13 final of the 2024 DPDL Super Cup between Chennai FC and Alchemy FA. This was one of the most tactical battles ever seen in a Super Cup final. Both sides playing with attacking flair, but the defenses held strong. Chennai FC impressed everyone with their slick passing and standout individual skill. With just 3 minutes left and penalties looming, the moment came. Punshiba Ningomba pounced on a defensive error, charged straight towards the goal, and unleashed a powerful strike that flew past the Alchemy keeper's fingers. It was the match winner. And it gave Chennai FC their first ever DPDL Super Cup title. A clutch goal in the dying minutes and a moment that lit up the Super Cup. At number 6, we head to the inaugural Under-14 final of DPDL Mumbai's 2022-23 season a massive clash between Mumbai City FC and Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Now here's the twist. Reliance Foundation played the entire season with a squad 1 year younger than the age limit. It was a bold move, but true to their philosophy of long-term player development, the young champs showed incredible maturity and talent throughout the campaign. The final, an absolute blockbuster. Down 2-0, under the lights, with the West Coast Brigade, Mumbai City FC's fan group, in full voice, Reliance Foundation were under immense pressure. It was loud, intense, and relentless. But what followed was the stuff of legends. They pulled 1 goal back, and then, with literally the last kick of the game, the young champs scored the equalizer to make it 2-2. A clutch goal in the most hostile of circumstances that silenced the crowd and took the final to penalties. They may have eventually lost the shootout, but what they showed that day, resilience, heart, and belief, earned them the only title that mattered, Mentality Monsters. That equalizer, a moment that will live on in DPDL folklore. At number 5, we head to the Under-11 final of the DPDL Mumbai 2023-24 season between Soccer Star and Mumbai City FC B. The atmosphere was electric. Parents cheering, hearts pounding. A final that felt every bit as big as the moment. Soccer Star came into the game as favourites after a stellar campaign led by standout players like Yuvan, Jahan, Atharv, Simar, Atif and Rian, each of whom made massive contributions in both attack and defence. It was a true team effort that brought them to the final. The match itself, a tense, cagey affair, 0-0 after full time. But in the pressure of the shootout, one player rose above it all. Meg Patel, Soccer Star's creative maestro who had dazzled all season with flair, vision and technical brilliance, stepped up to take the decisive penalty. And with ice in his veins, he buried it, clinching Soccer Star's first ever DPDL title. What followed were pure scenes, emotional, unforgettable. Even club owner Mr. Ajit Sawant was moved to tears. A beautiful moment that showed just how much this title meant. A clutch finish, a historic title, and a day Mumbai will never forget. At number 4, we're throwing it all the way back to the OG season, the Under-11 final of DPDL Bengaluru 2019-20, Bengaluru FC versus BCFC. In many ways, this was where it all began. The moment that defined the spirit of DPDL. That on this stage, even 10-year-olds can produce magic that inspires generations. BFC and BCFC were the top teams all season, setting up a mouth-watering final filled with the best young talent in the city. The match itself was a tactical masterclass, tightly contested, intense, and waiting for a spark. And then it happened. Off a corner, cleared out of the box, Bengaluru FC's Rayul Beal blocked off a defender, flicked the ball in the air, turned and smashed a jaw-dropping volley into the net. The crowd was stunned. We had never seen anything like that live, and it came from a 10-year-old. That goal cracked the game open. BFC rode the momentum to a commanding 4-0 victory, their first ever DPDL title. And Rayul, he went on to represent Reliance Foundation Young Champs in Mumbai, even featuring at the 2023 DPDL Super Cup. Moments like these are why we call them clutch. Moments that made DPDL what it is today. At number 3, we head to the Under-14 final of DPDL Mumbai's inaugural 2022-23 season. A blockbuster showdown between Mumbai City FC and Reliance Foundation Young Champs. This final didn't have just one clutch moment. It had two. First up, Daksha. He had already scored with a towering header at the start of the second half. And then, just 8 minutes later, he did it again. From a corner kick, Daksh timed his jump perfectly, powered through the air and slammed home a second bullet header to give Mumbai City FC a 2-0 lead. A defensive rock all season alongside his attacking counterpart Nail Gogavla, who later went on to represent Blackburn Rovers youth team and the Canadian under-16 national team. Daksh walked away with the player of the final and the defender of the year. Now, the second moment, and it's straight out of a movie. In the penalty shootout, with sudden death looming, Mumbai City FC captain Neeb Chipa switched gloves with the goalkeeper and stepped in himself. And on his very first attempt in goal, he stretched out a leg and made the match-winning save. Pandemonium followed. The West Coast Brigade erupted. Mumbai City FC were crowned champions in their debut season. Two clutch heroes, one unforgettable night. DPDL history at its absolute finest. At number 2, we take you to what is hands down the most turbocharged roller coaster final in DPDL history. The Under-9 final of the 2023-24 season in Bengaluru between Bengaluru FC and Alchemy FA. This was our very own mini classico, a clash of philosophies, passion and pure footballing chaos. Honestly, even the best Hollywood writers couldn't have scripted this. After a tense, goalless first half, the match erupted into life. Alchemy FA drew first blood with a deflected shot, but Lionel Smith hit back for BFC, a thunderous long-range equalizer that lit up the venue. Before fans could even settle, Alchemy retook the lead straight from kickoff, silencing the crowd again. And with the clock ticking down, BFC's Ganapati smashed in the second equalizer from close range. It was fast. It was furious. And for a moment, we forgot these were just 7-8-year-olds playing with the intensity of a FIFA World Cup final. Then came the clutch moment. From a quick kick-in, a slick 1-2 opened up space, and BFC's Jace Anderson stepped up, left foot, top right corner, goal. The stadium went into absolute mayhem. The comeback was complete. Cue the wild celebration. BFC were crowned Under-9 champions, and this epic rivalry added another unforgettable chapter. The rivalry, the pressure, the passion. This was more than a game. This was DPDL. At number 1, we head to the Under-16 DPDL Super Cup final of 2023. Reliance Foundation Young Champs versus Roots FC. If there was ever a football version of David versus Goliath, this was it. On one side, Reliance Foundation Young Champs, a 5-star AIFF accredited academy, coached by Mohan Bagan legend Jose Barreto. On the other, Roots FC, the underdogs on a dream run, led by Karnataka's Santosh Trophy winning coach Ravi Babu. It was a gripping battle. The young champs controlled possession, but Roots stood tall with tactical discipline and heart. Then came what looked like the clutch moment. In the dying minutes, the young champs earned a corner, and Roser Ningthaujam soared highest to power in a bullet header. "1-0. Game done, right?" Not quite. Because if there's a thing called a dying minute within a dying minute, Roots FC just invented it. Straight from the restart, they launched an NFL-style long ball into the box, and Nihal Karthik dove in for a brave, bouncing header that beat the keeper. It was the last kick of the game, the equalizer. The momentum had shifted. In the shootout, Roots held their nerve and pulled off the impossible, winning their first ever major DPDL title. A group that had grown together season after season finally lifted the big one. From grassroots grit to Super Cup glory, this was more than a clutch goal. This was a reminder to every player out there. It's never over until you decide it is. And that wraps up part 2 of the top 20 clutch goals in DPDL Finals history. From last-minute winners to pressure penalties, towering headers to unstoppable volleys, these weren't just goals. They were moments that shaped careers, united teams, and gave us memories we'll never forget. If these goals gave you goosebumps, just imagine what's coming next season. So hit that like button, share this video with your football gang, and don't forget to subscribe to the DPDL channel, because the next clutch moment could be just around the corner. This is DPDL, where the future of Indian football comes alive.